with Walter today. Walter's a friend. Hi, Walter. And I wanted to hear about Walter's story because he has a really great story of how an e-bike changed his life. Tell me first a little bit about this bike that you have.
Well, I'm riding the Surface 604 Bore Explorer.
Okay.
They're a Canadian company.
Okay.
Out of BC. So, but it's a fat tire e-bike. It's 4.5-inch tires, a rear hub, a Fang motor, and yeah, it's been really good. I got it at Ultra Ego Sports here in Winnipeg,
okay.
And any issues I've had, they've been great to work with. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And why did you choose this one?
This one, well, I got it just over a year ago, about 13 months ago, and I got it because my left knee is really quite bad.
Okay.
It was to the point where I could walk maybe a kilometer.
Okay.
And I'm a wildlife photographer, so it was getting to the point where I couldn't do what I needed to do.
Right. Okay.
With my knee. So my brother was into cycling, and I just started looking and decided that if I'm going to get an e-bike, I'm going to get one that I can use for my photography as well with the fat tires.
Okay, so like to be able to get into trails?
Yeah, down trails, gravel roads.
Okay.
Things like that, and
okay.
Then.
So, how did you find that the e-bike sort of changed everything for you? Were you riding a regular bicycle at all, or?
No, I probably hadn't ridden 50 kilometers in the last 20 years.
Okay.
But I'm almost at 2,700 kilometers in the last 13 months. So.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, and it's been lost about 50 pounds. I was just in BC in March, and I did like 10K hike up in the hills.
Wow. So did you take this bike with you? Did you drive it out there, or
no,
did you rent one out there?
Not at the time.
No. Okay.
It was. It wasn't a trip for that.
No. Okay.
I really missed it though when I was out there though. But,
yeah.
But it's strange
But you're saying that because you've been riding your bike more, you were able to do this hike? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Wow.
Before I could maybe walk a kilometer and that was it.
Right.
And near the end of the trip, we did about a 10K hike through up in the hills near Penticton. So.
Wow, that's amazing. And that's just in 13 months.
Yeah.
And you've had knee replacement surgery, or
you
just decided to?
I was it was getting to the point where I really, it was getting to be a consideration of should start the process sooner than later.
Right.
But I think I can hold off a little bit now. It's been really good for the knee.
That's amazing. So what do you use your bike for?
Just for exercise mainly.
Okay.
I try to ride. My goal this year would be 3,000 kilometers this year. So I did 2,500 last year.
Okay.
So this year I'd like to try to up that a little bit. Yeah, so I'm trying to ride about 125, 150 kilometers a week.
Okay.
So.
And are you riding in winter too?
Yeah, last year this thing isn't the best for the winter. I had put studded tires on it.
Did you?
But as you can tell, it's a big bike. You sit up really high.
Right.
So your center of gravity, my center of gravity, which is larger than most, is up high.
Yeah.
So even with the studded tires, it was sketch. I took one good fall.
Did you?
In the winter. So, but that wasn't bad. I rode probably 300 to 400 kilometers this winter.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what would you say then has been like the greatest thing since you got your bike?
Just getting out and enjoying it, the adrenaline from riding it and just feeling better. If I don't ride every couple days, I start to
You're grumpy?
So I start to feel it. Like I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So you start to feel feel like you're getting out of bed and you're doing parkour some days. So
Yeah, right?
yeah. So normal ride for me is usually like a short ride is about 20K.
Okay.
I've done rides up to almost 60K at a time. So nice thing with this has a larger battery in it.
Right.
So I can get about 120K.
What was your investment?
The investment?
Yeah.
I think it was about $4,000 for the bike itself, and then
Right.
the rack. And
So how did you justify it? You had two vehicles, and tell me a little bit about that decision that you made.
well, in the winter I do tours, and like I said, for snowy owls and great gray owls. So I need a 4x4 SUV to do those.
Right.
And the one I was using, it was time to find something new.
Right.
So instead of buying something right away, I sold it, and we decided that my wife and I that we'll have the one car and try that, see how that goes.
Right.
So I used some of the money from the sale to get that. And also, I was getting to a point where I needed to do something.
Right.
I couldn't walk anymore, like enough to make a difference to my weight and to my health.
Right.
And I couldn't, with the knee, it was hard to do anything or find something that you could do with a bad knee. Everybody says, well, anybody can walk, but no.
No, not really.
No, about a kilometer, and it was the limp starting about 3 kilometers. That was it. Like you just be carried after that. So
then instead of buying another SUV, you got rid of that one.
Got rid of that one, and then bought the e-bike and just went to one car in the e-bike for the summer.
And it was your brother-in-law who had told you that he was
my brother.
Your brother.
Yeah.
Was into bikes, and he said you should try an e-bike. You might like it.
Yeah, he had a fat bike and a gravel bike at the time, not e-bikes, just regular. But with my knee, I thought, well, I want to try cycling, but I want something that if my knee gives out, I can just use the throttle to
make
power
it home. Still make it home.
Make it home. So I started doing the research on which ones. I was looking at the Rad Powers and some of the other ones, and came across this one and some reviews and stuff, and then having one at a local shop was great. So if you needed service or any questions, or I had a battery go bad.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't even a year old, so I just called up Alter Ego, and they said, yeah, bring it in. Took it in, and they tested it, and no questions asked, they just replaced the battery.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Aside from the dead battery, was there any other issues that you encountered?
No, it's been really I'm at 2,665 kilometers right now.
Okay.
Haven't had a flat.
Okay.
Chains come off twice, but that was me, not the bike. And that's it. No other problems, issues.
So tell me, what's some of your favorite trails to get your exercise here? When you're just going on your own and you want to just get a good...
Yeah. Well, I can go, I live in Woodhaven, so the trail system from there is pretty good.
Okay.
So I can go, I've ridden the Hart Trail quite a bit, and Assiniboine Forest. I've gone out to, I can get almost anywhere with very minimal roads.
Right.
But it's where you need to get on a road that the city could do a little bit better, I think.
So you were saying before we started recording that sometimes you get a little attitude for riding your e-bike.
Yeah, it's happened a few times now. I have a bell that I use all the time. I stay over. I give pedestrians the right of way.
Right.
But the only problems I've had, I don't know if it's just me or other people have had the experience, but the only problems I've had with confrontations has been with people riding non-electric bikes. is a bike as far as I'm concerned. I'm riding one because it's helped me get to a better place.
Right.
So I don't...
And it's not like you're doing anything crazy.
No, I'm not. This thing has like 5 levels of pedal assist. I'm rarely out of the first level now.
So you keep it usually pretty low so that you can get still
get some more,
that workout.
Yeah, it gets the heart rate up. And riding this thing, it's, you know, probably just over 60 pounds with the rack and everything I've got in it.
Right.
And 4.5-inch tires.
Yeah.
You know, riding at level 1, it would probably be pretty close to riding a mountain bike.
Yes.
That weighs half as much, and the tires are a third the size.
So you're finding that these people have this perception that you're not really doing it, you're being lazy.
Yeah, lazy, or you don't belong on the trails. It's a motorized vehicle. It's not.
Right.
It's according to every law in Canada, it's not a motorized vehicle. So you can take it on any cycle trails, any cycle paths. Well, if I didn't get an e-bike, I wouldn't, there's no way I would have ridden over 2,600 kilometers.
Right, exactly.
So if I'm getting 80% of the workout that somebody riding a non-e-bike is, hey, I'm okay with that.
You're probably getting just as much as someone who rides, actually probably more of a workout than people who ride a road bike, because those are so light, right? Well, is there anything else you'd like to add about your experience and how an e-bike changed your life?
I think, well, just if you're thinking about it, and if you don't know if a regular bike, if you would ride that, try an e-bike. They've come a long way. The technology has made them a lot easier to ride. They're customizable, so if you don't want to use the battery, you don't use the battery. They make them in all different shapes and sizes and colors, and if you want downhill specific or gravel bikes, there's basically an e-bike in any category. So.
And what's your favorite thing about your e-bike?
Just that it allowed me to get out. Without it, I would still be 360 pounds or whatever I would weigh now, and probably be in line to get my knee replaced. So it's giving me freedom. It's given me a little bit better health. It's been a happier person since I've got it. So best money I've ever spent.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. This is awesome. It makes me so happy to hear stories like that, because it seems more and more people are choosing to ride an e-bike rather than not ride at all.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, and the more people we get riding any bike, the better, the larger voice we have, and the better the infrastructure is going to get. I have to say though, that the infrastructure in Winnipeg especially, for riding from where you live, is not that bad.
Right.
Like when I was in Vancouver, I was in White Ridge and I was in Vancouver and on the island. They have great places to ride.
Right.
But if you want to get to them from where you live, you're riding on busy roads.
Yes.
Or, you know, undivided bike lanes. There's no safety measures. There's things like that. But once you get there, it's great. But Winnipeg, you know, I can get to Transcona from Woodhaven with very minimal road riding.